Red River is proud to support the community of Cabot and the Cabot Panthers for over 15 years now.
We are and we will continue to be your hometown dealership. Make that beautiful drive to Heber Springs, or you can visit us online at redriverdodge.com. And don't forget, we deliver. Go Panthers!
Welcome to the Panther Forum. I'm Tristan Bates.
And I'm Tristan Harlan.
Tonight, your Cabot Panthers will be taking on the Pine Bluff Zebras in the 2019 season opener.
Now let's take a look at the highlights from last year's contest between the Zebras.
Bradley Morales has a great tackle on the opening play of the game to kick off the Cabot Panther season. The Pine Bluff Zebras came to town on the opening possession of the game. They put on the first points in this exciting football contest.
Then, when Cabot got the ball, they returned the favor and scored on their first possession, making the ball game 7-7.
The first half of the game was absolutely dominated by the ground game, and both teams' offenses were firing on all cylinders. The second half was dominated by the Cabot Panther defense,
and the Cabot Panthers prevailed 35-14. Graham Turner led the Panthers with 146 yards along with 2 touchdowns, and he averaged 7.7 yards per carry.
TJ Rogers had 126 yards along with his first touchdown of the season, averaging 12.6 yards per carry.
And on the defensive side of the ball, Zane Harper led the Panthers with 10 tackles and an interception.
Following Zane Harper, Lucas Crumbly also had 6.5 tackles.
Justin Holland had a 63-yard return that set up Graham Turner's second touchdown of the night.
And what a
the Zebras offense to only 14 points, which in the end gave them their first win on the season.
At the end of the game, the Cabot Panthers simply ran the clock out to ensure their victory.
The season will definitely be interesting since the fact that we have a new head coach.
That is right, and I had the chance to sit down with our new head coach, Scott Reed, and talk about his plan to lead the Panthers to victory tonight. Here's the video.
What is the main difference coming from El Dorado to Cabot?
It's the size of school, all the programs we have going on, all the athletes that are working. We have about 145 kids on our varsity roster, and El Dorado would probably be around 90, and that's big for a 6A school. But our enrollment here at Cabot's a little over twice what El Dorado is. Now, they're similar in one way that's obvious to me, in that both schools have great football tradition. And I'm following, obviously, a great coach here. So there are some similarities as well.
All right, my next question for you is, how do you plan to implement your spread offense coming from the dead tee that Coach Malham ran?
It's a little different, obviously. But good football is about good fundamentals, blocking, tackling, understanding what to do, learning assignments, and then executing together as a team. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the dead tee or you're spread 4 wide, 3 wide. We'll be multiple. There'll be some times you see us under center this year. So what we've done is, I got here January 4th, which was the first day of the second semester. We started football that day. We started throwing and catching it. We started meeting with our kids in the morning before school in the spring, and I've been very impressed with our young people and our coaching staff that stayed, because they picked it up really quickly and they bought into the change. I think they're excited about what we're going to do this year. So We've gone through some growing pains, but I think I see us starting to really get better, and I think you'll see our team get better as the year goes.
I'm excited to see what Coach Reed has in store for our team. What do you think it will take for the Panthers to pull off the win tonight?
Well, I think tonight, if the Cabot Panthers can limit their turnovers on offense, then they can start the season 1-0.
This has been the first edition of the Panther Forum. I'm Tristan Bates.
And I'm Tristan Harlan.
Go Panthers!
Welcome back, Cabot High fans. As you can see behind me on the scoreboard, the Cabot Panthers are slightly trailing the Pine Bluff Zebras, but it is an exciting, close game. And here I am with athletic trainer Jordan Gregory. How are our players handling the heat tonight?
Tonight they're doing really good with it. We're not really having any problems with the heat right now.
Okay, back to you guys.
Thank you, Tristan. As we are back at the start of the second half of this game, 13-12 is your score. And like you heard from Tristan Bates, it is a cool 84 degrees, but the humidity makes it feel like it's 90 as we're getting ready for the start of the second half of play here. Tristan, I know we talked about it at the end of the first half. Evan, I know we talked about it at the end of the first half, but what's one thing you want to see this Cabot team capitalize on?
Defense. You know, Coach Reed said it at halftime when Tristan interviewed him. You know, it's that they've only had one person score both their touchdowns. So, you know, I think we know who we need to guard right now. You know, but we can't just focus on him. We got to focus on the run, because that's how they got us. Was the quarterback was sneaking out on runs and they were getting bigger yards.
Well, if you was watching the first half, you see many flags called on the Panthers that may have not should have been called. Do you think we're going to see more of that here in the second half, Evan?
You know, I think we will. You know, that's what Cabot does.
I mean, we are in Pine Bluff, so there's only time will tell as both teams are getting ready. There's 2 minutes left until the start of the second half as Tyler G is getting warmed up here, as he had a very good first half. He had one passing touchdown to Dakar Rudolph, which Dakar Rudolph was wide open with 4 to score.
Come on, we're gonna get you on TV right now. Come on, right here. We got to get down here. We got signal. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. What do y'all today?
As Cabot's stretching and Pine Bluff is just standing around, you know, you got to keep moving. That way you don't cramp up and get tight.
As time is still winding out, both teams are getting loose. Cabot's getting loose. Pine Bluff was getting loose. Now they're on the sideline talking over game plan. And we just hope that the Cabot Panthers can capitalize on this defensive possession coming up for them. And we're
about to take it down to Tristan Bates with your Cabot High School cheerleaders.
Tristan.
Also, special thanks to the activity committee who allowed me to come up here and make a disgrace of myself. Thank you very much. Hey, what do you say? Thank you very much. Let's go Panthers. Hey, what do you say? Let's go Panthers. Hey, what do you say? Let's go Panthers. Yay, thank you. It was good.
That was very good cheers.
That was the wonderful cheerleaders for this Cabot Panther football team. As time's winding down here, 20 seconds and counting for the second half.
I bet.
As Pine Bluff is getting ready to receive the kick.
That is the end of halftime officially here at Jordan Stadium. Oh, let me remind you, we are in Pine Bluff, Arkansas at Jordan Stadium. The Pine Bluff Zebras are playing the Cabot Panthers. If you are just now tuning in, the score is 13-12, and both teams have played an exciting game of football so far.
And in the previous game, you know, number 4 for Pine Bluff, great wide receiver. That's who Coach Reed was talking about. You know, he's the one that he said we need to worry about, and he has both their touchdowns.
And that is Xavier Turner you're talking about, is Rhett Thurman looking to get this kick underway. And it is underway the second half. That ball is gone. That ball will be a touchback by the Cabot Panther kickoff team as the Cabot Panther defense is taking over here.
And, you know, Cabot's touchdowns was to Cairo Rudolph. You know, he got that connection with Tyler G. Tyler G saw him and he threw him the ball, and Cairo does what he does best. He scores a touchdown once he gets the ball. And then we also got a safety. That's a good stop.
Yeah, off that snap that was over the punter's head early on in the contest. Let's remind you of how this game came to 13-12 at the start of the game. The Cabot Panthers drove down the field and kicked the field goal. Then the Pine Bluff Zebras had a 4th down, and that is a stop by the Cabot Panthers. But that's what I was saying. The Cabot Panthers got a 3 and out for the Zebras, and it was just a snap over the punter's head, which made it 5-0.
There is a flag on the play.
And then Pine Bluff drove down the field and scored a touchdown on the Panthers defense. And then towards the end of the first half, we turned around and scored on their defense with a pass to Dakar Rudolph that was wide open, let me remind you. And then finally, Pine Bluff just edged out a last-second score, and now is your game. The game is 13-12 now with the flag. And there's another flag on the Cabot Panther defense.
There's 2 fouls on the play.
There's 2 fouls apparently.
Penalty, so the ball will stay there, and we will remain played from right there.
You know, but those cleared each other out, so, you know, it's still a loss for the Zebras over there as Mason Wade, the senior, got a stop and a sack.
As it will now be 2nd and 12 for the Pine Bluff Zebras as they're just looking
They
to
pass it in and he dropped it.
That is a drop. That is one of the early mistakes for this Pine Bluff Zebra team that you can't have if you're wanting to expand this lead and make it out of reach for the Cabot Panther offense and defense.
He dropped that ball, but, you know, Houston Wiley was right there. He had him wrapped up already. He was ready to stop him. He wasn't going to let him go for another touchdown.
As Tyler Foots just looks to get his offense down and ready for this third down and 12. As he drops back to look, and he's just running out of the pocket.
Slips away. He gets hit.
Interception! That is an interception by the Cabot Panther defense, and he is still up, and he is down about the 8-yard line. He is down about the 8-yard line. That is a great turnover for the Cabot Panther defense to get early in this second half in scoring position to get this game back on the Cabot Panther side of momentum.
Tell me what else do you want right there. You know, we got a sack the first play, and then you come out, and the quarterback thinks he's going on a run, and he gets hit, and the wide receiver drops the ball, and we pick it up, and we get all the way back to the 10-yard line. Puts us in great position to score.
As it is first down and 10 for the Cabot Panthers on the 8-yard line with 11 minutes and 18 seconds left. And here in the third quarter of play, Tyler G. looks to get his offense in the end zone. Here's Dakar Rudolph on the left-hand side of your screen as he throws it to Dakar Rudolph. And Dakar Rudolph just didn't know where the ball was going on that play. So now it'll be a second down and 10 for the Cabot Panther offense.
You know, Cairo was really looking for a flag right there, but I kind of see where the ref is coming. He said he doesn't think that ball was catchable, as Cairo didn't even look like he was making a play right there. He was just too worried on the man holding him. You just got to blow that off and try to make a play.
As it'll be second down here as Tyler G snaps the ball, hands it off to Graham Turner. Graham Turner's up the gut. He's rushing. He's pounding. It'll be down at the 5-yard line. Third down for the Cabot Panther offense.
Graham Turner, he was big for us last year. You know, he did big things last year. You know, you wonder if he's the only one we have, but we're pretty deep in the running back position.
That is true, as there's multiple substitutions made by this Cabot Panther offense on this 3rd and goal here for this team. As like you were saying, last year's game, Graham Turner actually scored a touchdown in that game. Do you think he can maybe score one here tonight in this position right now that we are in?
You know, I don't really see them running it. I mean, if they do, it's to get better position, because if they don't get it this time, they're going to have to go for it on 4th down, and Tyler G throws it to Cairo Rudolph. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Panthers! That is a touchdown, Panthers. That will be the touchdown that we've been looking for since the end of the first half. That was a great play action. That is how we score. That is how Cabot gets points on the boards, is we run that play action, because Pine Bluff has not. We've run the play action twice, Evan. I repeat, we've run the play action twice, and both times we've ran it, we have scored. First, it was the wide open play by Kyle Rudolph. Now it was.
There's a flag on the play.
Of course there's a flag on the play, because Cabot scored in Pine Bluff's field.
Pine Bluff is having a little.
They're calling it touchdown. That'll be a touchdown, Cabot.
Just as you think Tyler G is running out of space, he's about to get sacked. That's that mindset. He has that vision. It's that elite status right there. You find a way to make something happen. He found Cairo Rudolph. He's always got his eyes looking for him. He's his best wide receiver.
That is true, and like you were saying, Tyler G having that mentality. Tyler G is a D1 quarterback. I don't care what you say. What he's shown tonight, he is D1 caliber, and he's only a junior in high school, Evan. So do you think colleges are really going to look at him coming up as his senior season?
Oh, yeah, they already are looking at him.
That is true, as the score is now 18-13, 10 minutes and 16 seconds left. Now it would be 19-13, 10 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the third quarter play, as Cabot just scored, and they're about to kick the ball off back to the Pine Bluff offense.
And as you can expect, Rhett Thurman will probably come out here and it will be a touchback.
Yeah, that is true. And then once the Pine Bluff Zebras get the ball, you got to look for that running game from Elisha Taylor, and the passing game from Tyler Foots and Xavier Turner, and you just got to hope that maybe the Cabot Panthers can really lock down on that and get the ball back once again of an interception and score another touchdown.
As they will be enforcing that penalty on the kick right now.
Is he kicking it from the 50 now?
That's what it looks like.
As you see,
somebody is hurt. They're bringing out the stretcher.
Oh wow! I hope he's okay.
Prayers to whoever that is.
You hate to see that in the game of football. It is a violent game we play, but at the end of the day, the risk and the cost that you have to make, the sacrifices and everything that comes with the game. So you hate to see that either on your team or the opposing team, but you just got to pray that whoever it is, they're okay.
You never want to see anything like that.
No, you don't. That's just a thing of football. You win, you lose. You have big plays, you have small plays. You have wins, you have losses.
It doesn't look like it's the player. It looks like it's somebody in the stands. But still, it's not good to see that, we may be against each other in this game, but, I know everybody feels like that is not good, and they know it's right.
Well, at the end of the day, or end of the night, I should say, because it's nighttime here in Pine Bluff, the heat is really getting to a lot of players and a lot of fans here, as the athletic trainer said that we need to stay hydrated, and this is one of those things. And that'll be another touchback by Rhett Thurman.
As the heat, it may not have felt hot earlier because there's a breeze, but right now there's nothing. And, that humidity, it makes it hard to breathe. So I know the players down there, they're feeling it for sure right now.
Well, it is now 1st and 10 for the Cabot or the Pine Bluff Zebra offense. As you know, one of these things that we need to have is another interception for the Cabot Panther defense, and to get it back in the hands of our offense.
As he hands it off, and Cabot stuffs him up. Looks like there will not be a gain on the play.
That will most likely be number 2, Elisha Taylor.
As he is cramping up. That's why you got to stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated and stay hydrated and stretched. Very well stretched and hydrated in the heat. and running up and down this field, running plays, standing in your stance. It's just one of those things that your muscles can cramp up or just give out on you. So that's just this thing you need to stay stretched and you stay hydrated here tonight.
Which you just got to keep fluids going through your body, you know, no matter what sport it is.
That is true. And the Pine Bluff Zebra still has the ball here. And you just, as we're on a break here, you just got to think that hopefully that we could keep the momentum and we could keep the thing going. Oh. And it is, you know, one of those things that you hate, you love to see your team win, but you never want to see a player go down, especially when he's one of their star players. Sure, it can be good for your team's defense, but it's just one of those things that you hate seeing. As that's a false start. That will be a false start on the Zebras.
Well, we'll see how they do call it that way. You know, I was kind of questioning it there for a little bit.
That will be moved back 5 yards. And, you know, this is exactly what Pine Bluff was doing early on in the game. They had those early mistakes, but they came back and corrected themselves, and they really came back and put points on the board. But, you know, now that Cabot's back in the lead, you got to think maybe that they're inside of the Zebra's head.
You know, as, you know, their players go down and we're scoring on them, and we're not leaving the quarterback anywhere to go.
There's a flag on the play. He threw it once he snapped, so that's probably going to be an offsides call on the Panthers.
As their quarterback is going down.
He's slow to get up here. It looks like maybe he's cramping up too.
But you don't want to go down because then you'll have to come off the play.
Yeah, that is true. And the flag looks like to be on the Pine Bluff Zebras as they're moving back 5 yards. Now Cabot has them in great territory here, as you got to think that maybe we could stop them once again. Now, the ambulance has arrived here from that fan earlier, and the Zebras are now in they're in their own territory, but the Panthers are looking to snap on them and get the ball back in Zebra territory. As Tyler Foote snaps the ball here, he's dropped back looking for a pass. He actually is going to throw it, and that's going to be incomplete. That will be a 4th down for the Zebras. And now Cabot will take possession back over, and this is exactly reminiscent of the first half. They came down and they were in their own territory. They were down by not a lot, but just down. And the Zebras had the missed snap over the punter's head. So if they do it here, it'll go out of the end zone, and it will be another safety for the Zebras.
And you know he's thinking about that because that's what he did the first time. You know, he's thinking about that ever since he did it.
The nerves are really settling in here as it's almost over his head, and the punt's just away.
Oh, he shanked it.
It's a short punt.
Barely got to the 20.
It's going to be down at maybe at the 25, 26-yard line for this Cabot Panther offense.
Great field position. What else could you want?
Well, what else could you want? You could want another fumble on the point and get 2 more free points. But the Cabot Panthers will take over on the 25-yard line.
You know, this is where we need to capitalize on those mistakes right there, you know. 4th down, they only kicked it to the 27-yard line. So we might be able to get a touchdown right here.
As that fan from earlier is now getting loaded in the ambulance as Cabot had the ball.
Graham Turner goes to the outside.
He's down about the 20-yard line. What a run. What a game it has been for Graham Turner. Sure, he hasn't had a big run yet in this football game, but he's grounded and he's pounded on this line of scrimmage. The short gains are killing this defense. It's wearing them down, and it's opening stuff up for the play action as we're 2 for 2 on play actions, Evan. We are 2 for 2 on play actions. And you just hope to see another play action and another score for this Cabot Panther offense.
You know, right here, they'll probably run it again, hand off to Graham Turner. You know, I think we should throw it a little more. That's what's really working for us right now. You'll get a run here here and there, but, you know, it's not really our cup of tea right now.
That is true. It's just always for the run. It's been run for maybe 6 yards, then get swallowed up in the backfield, run for 6 more yards, and then on third down usually we'll run maybe a short little pass to Kyle Rudolph or Jake Mowdy just to get a little extra yards and get a first down.
As you can probably guess that they'll try to throw it right here with it being 3rd and 5.
As Tyler G looks for the snap here, he claps, he gets the ball, he drops back.
Look for Cairo Rudolph.
There's that short
pass. Can Cairo
pass.
get to the 25? No, he tried to go around, but he couldn't get it out.
And that's just a pickup of maybe even one on the play. It'll be 4th down, and looks like Rhett Thurman's coming out to kick a field goal here tonight.
You know, that's okay with me. You know, it's a 2-possession game.
That is true.
If he makes it.
And if he makes the field goal here, it'll be a 22-13 game here for the Cabot Panthers.
As, you know, he was talking about it being slick. You got to see what he's going to do right here. Is the ball going to get down in time? Is the steps going to be right?
Snap is good. The kick is up and is good. That will be 22-13. Your Cabot Panthers are leading with 6 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third quarter of play. As, you know, Rhett Thurman going to go back out to kick it here. Hopefully he'll get another touchback because he's doing so well on the kickoff here tonight. And, you know, this defense has really stepped up from the first half. You hope to see another interception from the likes of, you know, Tyler Parks or even Houston Wiley. But, you know, you just always got to expect the unexpected with this Cabot Panther team because you never know what they're going to run. You never know what they're going to do, and you never know when or where they're going to score.
Come in to Pine Bluff to join the stadium.
And, you know, the Cabot Panthers are coming out here. And, Evan, what do you think the Zebras' offense is going to do on this possession coming up?
They're going to run. That's what's been, you know, that's what they've done every time before that they've gone for a long pass. They've been running it. You know, their quarterback will slip away or their running back will slip away. You know, that's what's been working for them except for those, you know, passes that they've caught and scored off of.
That is true, as Rhett Thurman is lining up his kick here, and he's just getting ready to kick it off. As he kicks it off, that is going to be a long drive punt or kick.
As he looks like a squib kick.
That's going to be another touchback here. What a touchback that was for Rhett Thurman.
As he tried to give him a chance to return it.
But, you know, that Hands team is just moving out of the way to get the ball to bring out on the 20 because that's, you know, that's not bad field position to start your drive off from because you're not backed up against the wall, but you're not in perfect territory. You're in good average territory to get something going for your offense.
You know, that's maybe we can get another stop and get them all the way back to 4th and 15 again, and maybe we'll have another mistake and mess up, you know. Not wishing it on them because I want to see some good football. I won't wish mistakes on anybody, but maybe they'll force another mistake and we can get good territory again.
Well, this has been a great game all around.
Oh,
as
he drops it, but he still finds a man as he drops that pass.
He just dropped pass, and that's just a, you know, miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver because the receiver turned around to see if the quarterback had the ball, but he wasn't ready for the pass. As you know, that's one of the things you got to do. You just got to be ready for the pass anytime and anywhere. As there'll be second and 10 for this Zebras offense on the 20-yard line with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. And, you know, do you think – I mean, I think they have, but do you think this defense has improved, showed new life since halftime?
It definitely has. They haven't allowed as many plays. As you can see over there, Houston Wiley is on their wide receiver as he fumbles it.
Oh, that's going to be Cabot ball.
Looks like it's going to be Cabot ball.
That's Cabot ball. That's Cabot ball. What another turnover by the Zebras offense. We're waiting for the call of the field. And they call it Panther ball. That will be Panther ball, Evan. They will get the ball on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And listen here, the last 2 possessions for the Panthers have been in Zebras territory. You know that coach on the sideline for the Pine Bluff Zebras has got to be fuming and furious the way his offenses came out and his defenses came out from halftime and really gave the game to the Cabot Panthers offense.
No, that's what Coach Reed was talking about. He was talking about how we got to come out and we got to kind of step it up because that's what they're going to do. they're going to try to put it on us because they were up at halftime. So he knew what they were going to do, and we just had to match that or do better.
That's true. As the Cabot Panther offense will take over, Tyler G is calling for the snap here as he speed option just hands it off, and he'll be wrapped up for maybe a gain of 3 on the play. He'll be down at about the looks to be 27-yard line. As the Cabot Panther offense is just looking for what play the coaches want to run here to get more points on the board.
Let's call it 10.
And you know what a game we've had. Game this has been for CHTV's own Kyra Rudolph. He's had multiple catches, and he even has a touchdown on the night.
You know, right here you got Tyler G and Tanner Wilson and Cairo out there. I knew he was going to do it. Looking for Cairo, throws it across his body.
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Touchdown Panthers! That is 3 for 3 on the play action. I repeat, that is 3 for 3 on the play action for this Cabot Panther offense. What a play action pass that was. A little halfback handoff there from the I formation. Tyler G fakes it. The defense knows it, so they blitz him, and he turns around and drops a great pass to give the Cabot Panthers offense another touchdown here on the night.
As that touchdown was scored by Cabot Panther senior Gage Morrow, and the extra point is good by Rhett Thurman.
The score is now 29-13. Your Cabot Panthers lead it in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left in this quarter. Do you think Rhett Thurman's going to get another touchback here?
I don't know if he's going to try to squib kick it again or what.
Well, you know, this has been an exciting game. You know, first half, it was slow for both teams. You know, they were just feeling out, getting the kinks out from the offseason. This is first game back for both teams. And, you know, this second half, we've seen new life.
As coming up here after the third quarter, our sideline reporter Tristan Bates will be interviewing Cabot wide receiver DeCairo Rudolph, who has 2 of our touchdowns.
That is true. And, you know, Tristan Bates has done a phenomenal job on the sideline, getting the tough interviews and getting the hard-fought questions from the coaches, from the players. And, you know, you just love to see it all around because this has really been a great game, an entertaining game, and I hope everybody at home is really loving what they're seeing from this new-look Cabot Panther offense.
You would have never saw the ball thrown this much last year.
You didn't, because Coach Malham ran the dead tee, which means he pretty much handed it off to Bradley Morales, Graham Turner, or even T.J. Rogers, as that's another touchback.
You know, we say that, but, you know, Coach Malham was a good coach.
He was. He won his 300th game last year on homecoming, and he had two state national titles. And, you know, we hated to see him go, but, you know, this new look Cabot Panther offense under Coach Reed has really been exciting and fun to watch. And, you know, you got to expect big things, high expectations for this team. As it is first down for the Zebra offense. His last possession the Zebras had, they fumbled it and turned the ball over to this Cabot defense. Do you think they're going to do it here on this possession, Evan?
I hope they do. You get another one as they just throw a quick pass. As he gets wrapped up.
That'll be caught by number 7, Vic Coleman, the senior. He is 5'8", 165 pounds, and he plays receiver and corner. As it is
Tyler Parks back on the field for the first time after that scuffle where they had the penalties that cleared each other out.
As Tyler Parks is lined up opposed to number 8, the Avion Murray. He is a junior, and you just got to hope that Tyler Parks can play great defense on him and get the ball back. As he blitz, it is a screen play from the Zebras, and it's just read well by the Cabot Panther defense, and it's a turnover, it seems to be. And Cabot Panthers have the ball. The Cabot Panthers have the ball. What a turnover, what a game this second half has been for this Cabot Panther team. This is a new-look Cabot Panther team. This is not the team we saw in the first half. Coach Reed must have said something to fire this team up in the locker room during halftime. This is a new life has been breathed into this defense.
You know, our seniors are showing out tonight. You know, touchdown by senior Gage Morrow, and then you get a turnover caused by senior Preston Chiati, he was good last year as a junior.
Well, this is some of these great seniors last season wearing the red and white of the Cabot Panthers and on the high school campus. So you got to expect that they told Coach Reed that, hey, this season we want to ball out. We want to go all out. We want to lay it on the field. As the call is confirmed, Cabot will get the ball back.
No, it looks like defense is going back on the field.
Well, it looks like the Zebras have the ball, but, the seniors really had to have told Coach Reed that, hey, we want to stand out this season. We want to show our last efforts to this team that we love so much that we
Coach
spent
Reed
so far.
is letting that ref have it.
Well, he better be careful, because if he gets ejected, then that's just going to be bad on his part. As Coach Reed is furious, and if I was him, I would be too. That looked like Cabot Panther football.
He's just doing his job. He's the coach. He defends his whole players, whether they make him mad or not. He's going to defend them.
And that is one good family this Cabot Panther football team has been, as Zebras step the ball. And that would be a deep pass. Landed out there. Incomplete. That will be 4th down for the Zebras. Tyler Foots just couldn't hit a receiver, which would be Vic Coleman, the receiver we talked about earlier. And don't forget Xavier Turner. Xavier Turner has 2 touchdowns on the night. Just about, and both teams have had phenomenal plays, phenomenal drives, phenomenal possessions, and like I said previously, this has been one exciting week 1 of the Cabot Panther season, and I hope to see more of this as the season goes on and we get into conference play.
It looks like they're going to punt, but if I was the Pine Bluff coach, I wouldn't punt. One snapped over my head, kind of short punt on the other.
That's finally a good punt by the.
As Cairo laid a hit on one of the players, as it looks like.
He's tripped up after the whistle by number 40. That would be Terry Jasper, the senior, as Tyler G. takes his offense back on the field now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Your Cabot Panthers lead it 29-13. Man, would you have thought going into halftime that the score would be 29-13 just in one short quarter?
No, I wouldn't really think the game would change just like that. And the quarter's not even over.
Well, like I said, this new life has been breathed into this Cabot team as he just hands it off to number 13. That will be Jalen Toney, the cousin of T.J. Rogers.
It looked like one of the wide receivers down here was just pushed down by one of the Pine Bluff players, and the ref was just watching him. He didn't even throw a flag or anything.
Well, that's one of the things you get when you come play a team in their home field. You get some of these missed calls. You get some of these things that maybe you don't agree with, but, at the end of the day, there's nothing really you could do because you're not wearing the stripes. I mean, heck, if Pine Bluff was wearing black, they would match the referees.
They would. Tyler G has time to throw it, and he throws it to.
Oh, that's just overthrown.
Garrett Freeman.
As it'll be now 3rd down for this Cabot Panther offense. And just one of those things that you got to do is you got to run that I formation, Evan. You have to run the I formation once again because we're 4 for 4 when running it. We ran it 4 times and we scored 4 times as Rhett Thurman just staying limber, staying ready for a kick. As Tyler G fakes the handoff.
Got tripped up. Looks like he tried to throw past Kyler Carmack, who was playing a little bit of quarterback in the scrimmage.
That is true. And that'd be 4th down for the Panthers with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left. And the Panthers are looking to get another good defensive possession here to get the ball back to their offense and get more points on the board as Rhett Thurman gets the punt up. What a punt by Rhett Thurman. And they were just
he did wave his hand for a fair catch.
That is true. And they tried to pull a little trickery here on the Cabot Panthers return team, or the punt team, excuse me. It'll now be 1st and 10. The ball looks to be maybe on the 25-yard line, maybe the 20-yard line for this Zebras offense.
Do you have it or do you need it?
42 seconds left in this quarter.
It'll be first down for the Zebras team with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. And don't forget, at the end of this quarter, we're sending it down to our sideline reporter, Tristan Bates, and he looks to bring us some more good news from people on the sideline. As, you know, the Zebras take over here, the linemen are talking, getting everything set for because they want to prevent another turnover here.
You know, our defense is looking solid now in the second half.
It is full Cabot momentum here.
Throws it.
And that's just a drop, it looks to be. No, he caught it. He got possession of the ball.
Didn't look like he may have lost a yard.
Well, that would be a loss of 1 then, as it is 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11 if he lost a yard on the 20-yard line. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. 2nd and 13 is what it's shown on the 22 as Tyler Foots just looking to get something going for his offense here. As the past 3 drives has been a turnover. As you just
another throw, that's the wide receiver, Houston Wiley with the tackle with the help of senior Justin Underwood.
And you know who caught that pass? The dangerous Xavier Turner, the man who scored early on in this ball game. They're just looking to get something going here because it's 3rd down and 8 on the 27-yard line of Pine Bluff. And, you know, I think the Cabot Panthers are in the head of the Zebras offense.
I do too, Tristan. You know, if you look at them, they're not as explosive as they were the first half.
No, and he's not running the ball much. And
he's looking for his wide receiver.
And that'll just be brought down.
It looks like it will be 4th and 1 as that wide receiver went down. That is not good to see.
And you know who caught that pass? Xavier Turner, their dangerous receiver.
Looks like he's hurt.
Oh, you hate to see something like that, but you know, it's football. You know the physicality and the risk you have to take to bring a W home to your high school or your college or your professional team, wherever you're playing or however you're playing. That's just one of the things that you have to know and understand. As the punting unit is back on the field, and you know maybe Pine Bluff will get another good punt to the Kyle Rudolph, and he'll take it back to the house. Evan.
Oh, as is a low punt, and it is. It is a high punt.
They'll be down about the 47-yard line, and this Cabot Panther team will take over with 1:31 left in the first game of the season for both teams. As your score is 29-13, first and 10, the ball on the 46. They're just telling the guys what they want to run, what if they want to do, if they want to run it with Jalen Toney or Graham Turner, or they just want to get it to Dakar Rudolph or Jake Mounty. Tyler G just telling his guys to get down, get lined up. As Tyler G hands the ball off to, looks like to be Grant Turner. He's around the corner.
As Jake Mowdy laid a good block.
I don't know if you heard it or not, but we heard it up here. That was a clean smack by Jake Mowdy. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball on midfield. That is the first time the ball has been placed on midfield this whole game. As Coach Reed is telling Tyler G what he wants to call, what he wants to do, if he wants to throw it, if he wants to run a little bit of play action again, if he wants to throw a receiver screen, if he wants to run it, just telling him what he wants to do. As Tyler G calls for the snap here, he hands it off to Graham Turner. Graham Turner gets over the line of scrimmage, gets up to maybe about the 46-yard line, and the third.
That was a little good play he had. You know, he tripped up, but he used that extra power with his hand. He pushed himself up off the ground. That way he wouldn't lose yardage off of that. He could actually gain some.
Well, you know, when you're a power back like Grant Turner, you use that weight, you use that leverage you have to get extra yards as time's running down here. As look what they're in, Evan. They're in the I formation. It's Tyler G. Oh, he thought they jumped. He thought they jumped. They're telling him to run the play. 13 seconds left. Oh, he just calls a timeout. Coach Reed calls a timeout. And he walks out to tell the team what he wants to do. Timeout by Cabot. They'll have 2 left in the ball game. There's 11.6 seconds left. And what do you think they're going to come out of this timeout and run, Evan?
Yeah, you're good.
You know, honestly, I think they'll just run it. Just try to get something off of it. I don't think they'll go for a throw and risk that, knowing they'll keep the ball.
That is true. As you know, you're leading the game. You don't want to get anything. You don't want to have a turnover. You don't want to have anything costly. You just want to go to the last quarter of the game. And you know, last season, every fourth quarter they held the fours up. And you know,
another great team does that. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Alabama Crimson Tide.
Well, you know, the Alabama Crimson Tide are a pretty good team, but you know the Cabot Panthers are showing a great showing here in their season opener, 29-13. As they're back in the I formation here, they may just run the clock out, as that's what they're going to do. As Grant turns his trips up on number 70, and the quarter's just winding down here. 6 seconds left and counting. 4th down for the Panthers, as they're just going to let time expire here.
You know,
and don't forget, at the end of this quarter, we're sending it down to Tristan Bates on the sideline. Tristan, how are you?
You know, student section is good. The band is good. The dance and cheer team, everybody's going good right now. You know, but it's going to be better when fourth quarter comes and we have that momentum, and we're going to keep putting it on them, because you know Coach Reed isn't going to want to let up.
Look what's up. The fours are up.
Fours are up.
The Panthers are coming.
Fourth
they're coming
quarter,
for blood,
baby.
And they're hungry.
Fourth quarter, baby.
Now. So the fourth quarter here is about to get underway, and the Cabot Panthers have a 4th down and 4. If you were Coach Reed leading the ball game, starting the fourth quarter, would you risk turning the ball over and giving it to him a good field position, or would you just punt the ball away?
You know, I would just punt the ball away.
Well, you know, Rhett Thurman is having a great game, as that's what they're going to do, is he trots out on the sideline, or trots from the sideline onto the field. As we're going to send it now to Tristan Bates. And Rhett Thurman is about to punt it here. Two Pine Bluff Zebras are back to receive the kick. The ball snapped pretty good. He drops the ball, and his punt almost blocked. What a punt that was. He weighs it off for a fair catch.
As we will go down to Tristan Bates with DeCairo Rudolph. Tristan, how are you? As we had some technical difficulties right there.
As the Zebras will have the ball deep in their own territory, as
they're back to handing it off to their bread and butter. You know, that's what they're doing good with.
Aisha Taylor. As it'll be 1st and 10 for the Zebras here. And Tyler Foots looks to get points on the board because they're down, not by much, maybe by 2 possessions, but you know, you got to get some points on the board if you want to get back in this contest early in the fourth. Fumble on the play! Fumble on the play! That's
Cabot got it!
Cabot! That's recovered by Cabot! Cabot will have the ball. Looks to be on the Zebras' 1 yard line, 1 line inch mark. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Cabot Panthers, and they look to execute on the mistakes of the Zebras. You know, anything the Zebras do and everything good they got going, as you see Carson Attaway just, you know, hyping his team up. Anything the Zebras do, they always have a mistake. That's why Cabot has capitalized and is leading 29-13 with 11 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game.
You know, Cabot's got great field position. They've had it all night. It's like, what else can you ask for?
Go to Tristan.
As we are going down to Tristan Bates.
Little some technical difficulties. We'll be back with Cairo in just a second. Sorry about that, Cabot High fans. We had a little case of technical difficulties. We'll be right back with the Cairo in just a second. Back to
As if you missed it, Cabot scored. Now the score is 35-13. Cabot has a commanding lead with 11 minutes and 5 seconds. As Rhett Thurman is on the field now to kick the point, the PAT.
As it is blocked.
No good. That is the first PAT Rhett Thurman has missed tonight. The first mistake he's made here in this 2019 campaign for the Cabot Panthers.
That's not a mistake on him. I think that's just good defense.
That is good defense. Well, you know, just need to get the kick off, get it off quicker and stuff like that doesn't happen. But what a game it has been for the Cabot Panthers. You know, we've just scored a lot of touchdowns. And we're sending it down to Tristan Bates.
Welcome back, Cabot High fans. I'm Tristan Bates. I'm standing here with star senior running back DeCairo Rudolph. DeCairo, you've already scored twice in this game. Just from me to you, what is your final score prediction?
Honestly, we got a 35-13 lead right now. That's about 22 points. So honestly, I can't tell you there's 11 minutes left, but I hope we continue to grow the lead.
All right, good luck with the rest of the game, DeCairo. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tristan. As DeCairo Rudolph, you know, he's a big-time wide receiver for this Cabot Panther offense. As, you know, he said we have a 20-something lead. And, you know, Evan, what do you think is going to happen with these 11 minutes left here in the ball game?
Definitely going to keep the defense intensity up. You cannot let it slip this late in the game. You know, there is time to come back. As we saw it, we scored, you know, that's 23 points in one quarter.
As Rhett Thurman's kick is up, and it's probably going to be, no, that's the first non-touchback of the game.
Uh-oh, he has some space. Rhett Thurman, the only guy to get him.
He's gone. That is,
tripped him up.
Thurman got him. Rhett Thurman got him. What a save. What a touchdown saving tackle that was by Rhett Thurman. But it looks like he's down. It looks like he may be hurt. But no, he got up. Rhett Thurman just suffered a little turf burn there. As it'll be first and goal, maybe first and 10, maybe first and goal for the Cabot or the Pine Bluff Zebras. Offense.
Looks like Rhett Thurman may have laid a pretty good hit. You know, as he may be cramping, or Rhett may have laid a good hit right there. But you know, most people don't see the kicker stopping somebody on a run. But that's probably why he was so anxious to get the ball. You know, he wanted Rhett to put one that was returnable because he knew what he could do.
That is true, as the Zebras will take over in good field position in Panther territory. As Tyler Foots just snaps the ball, looks to pass, and he's rushed, and he's not sacked, but he's brought down by number 93. He'll be brought down by number 93, Chase Gibson, the junior. What a stop that was for a mobile quarterback here tonight. And, you know, you've seen it early in the first half. You've seen it some in the second half maybe. But Tyler Foots, every time he's getting pressured, what does he do, Evan? He just runs out of the pocket. He uses those legs. He's playing smart football, but the Cabot Panther defense needs to stop him before he gets in the end zone doing that.
You know, as looks like they're about to put a new center in. Looks like they're about to put a new center in, Chris Swafford, taking snaps with Tyler G.
And, you know, that run there by Elisha Taylor was a good one, but the Panthers just knocked him out of bounds. It'll be third down and on the 17, third and 10, 10 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the ball game, first ball game of the season, as Tyler Foots is telling his team what he wants to do here. And, you know, it's just been one exciting game for both sides.
You know, if we get a stop here, you know they're not kicking a field goal because they know they got to get a touchdown here.
As he sends a man in motion here. Tyler Foots snaps the ball low. It's his low snap. He hands it off, and he's
he's almost sacked. As Chase Gibson chases him down, and since he ran backwards, that will be a loss of 2.
It looks like it'd be a loss of 2 with 10 minutes left here in the ball game. It'll be fourth down for the Zebras team, and you know, it looks like maybe their kicker's coming out. I'm not for sure. But, you know, if you were the Zebras head coach, would you kick a field goal in this situation, or would you score a touchdown?
I'd go for it. You cannot not go for it. You know, that's a big margin to cover.
As Tyler Foots just calling an audible here as he sees something in the defense he doesn't like. As he's calling for a snap here, he snaps it, looking for the pass, and he throws it, and
he
dropped
it.
That's a drop. Turnover on downs. That may be the last bit of hope for the Zebras offense, as your score is still 36-13 with 9 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Your Cabot Panthers will take the ball on their own 18-yard line. And what a drop! What a crucial mistake that was by the Zebras.
That was a good stop. He had the ball in his hands. If he would have caught that possibly could have made the game tighter. In fact, it would have made the game tighter. He would have got first down, and they would only have 5 yards to go. So that they probably would have scored. But now that we see the Panthers come out, get a stop, and now back on offense, defenses is what we're doing best right now.
And we got a new quarterback again. It's Kyler Carmack, wearing number 7, and he's just going to hand the ball off for a small, short gain of yards.
Jalen Toney.
There he is. He's back in the game. And, this is a smart decision by Coach Reed and company to take Tyler G out, to keep him healthy, to keep him rested for the upcoming game against El Dorado, which in Panther Stadium, which is Coach Reed's former school. And what a game that might be.
Looks like down there one of our good defensive players, Carson Attaway, is struggling with the heat.
That is true, as Carla Carmack just hands it off. And he breaks free. And
Braden J. He fumbled the ball.
Fumble on the play, but it looks like Cabot recovered it.
Looked like friendly fire right there.
That ball will be recovered by number 13.
Jalen Toney.
And if he would have caught that ball, he would have been in an open grass. He would have been gone with the speed he has. But, that's just something you got to stop. You got to stop the surprise fumbles.
That was friendly fire right there. He ran into his own player, but, Braden J's got that speed. If he would have made it to open field, he would have been gone.
That is true. It'll be third down for the Panthers offense. As Kyler Carmack is just snapping the ball.
As he keeps it.
And he's running, and he gets the first down. That's first down. That's a Cabot Panther first down here. And, if the Cabot Panther offense keeps getting those, it looks like it'll be fourth down. Maybe he was short, 4 for 1. But if we get a first down here, they're bringing the chains out.
Looks like they gave it to him.
It'll be a first down. If we keep getting first downs on the ground and keep winding this clock down, then it will pretty much be a Cabot Panther victory here tonight.
Earlier, I was looking because I thought Kyler Carmack was a quarterback, but he was running wide receiver earlier.
That is true, as the Cabot Panther offense, Kyler Carmack is still in at quarterback. I think he'll be staying at quarterback as the remainder of the game, and it looks like the Kyle Ridolph is out as well as he hands it off to Jalen Toney. And Jalen Toney just fighting for extra gain of yards here. As it'll be second down for this Cabot Panther offense, 7 minutes. A little over 7 minutes left in the ball game.
I don't think you'll be seeing many throws here because, Coach Reed's over here playing it smart, just trying to run time off the clock.
That is true, and as time's running down, they're just making last-second adjustments. As you hear the Pine Bluff band just trying to get the Cabot Panther offense to make a mistake here. As Kyler Carmack calls for the snap, and he hands it off to Jalen Toney. Jalen Toney is in a little bit of pitch of grass, and that will be brought down just short, maybe a 3-yard gain, and it will be third down for this Cabot Panther offense. And do you like what you're seeing from the second team offense?
I do. He took his first string out. He took all most of his starters out. That he's giving other people a chance to get some experience, because what if Tyler G goes out? He needs somebody who has some experience, so he's getting them some experience while still keeping the lead.
Let's call him back. Kyler Carmack just sends Jalen Toney in motion, comes for a snap, and there's a pass just overthrown, and that's something you don't need to do here late in the ball game.
Looks like he was looking for wide receiver Garrett Hill, who recently returned to football after taking a year off.
And Garrett Hill used to play a little bit of quarterback back in junior high days and freshman days. He played behind Tyler G, and he was a pretty good quarterback as well.
he was always on the field in junior high.
What athletes we have on this Cabot Panther football team is it's 4th down and 10 as the Panthers elect to punt here with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left. They're leading 36-13, up by 23 here, and they just punted away. What a punt. Beautiful punt for the
He's
brand.
looking to return it. Oh, as he waves it off.
And that will be just waved off at the 25-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Zebra offense.
It's looking pretty good for the Panthers right now.
Not looking pretty good, looking very good. Because, we came into Pine Bluff's territory. We had a slow first half, but the second half was ours, and we really dominated. And, this Panther defense has really capitalized on mistakes as Tyler Foote just snaps the ball. That would be, it looks like a false start on number 60 of the Pine Bluff offensive line, and that is Kenyontae Martin. He's a junior. He's 6'1", 275. What a big boy that is. Great offensive lineman size. And he'll just be brought back 5 yards, which will make it a 1st and 15. Or excuse me, 1st and 15, ball about the 20-yard line. 5 minutes and 44 seconds left, 36-13. As you see, multiple fans are leaving the stands because they know there's no hope for this Pine Bluff offense. As Tyler Foote just has the ball here, he snaps it, he's looking for a pass, and he just throws it a little screen, and that's a missed tackle, and he breaks free from another one, and he was brought down out of bounds. That will be a 1st down for the Pine Bluff offense.
As Carson Attaway right now is getting checked out by the paramedics.
Well, he's not hurt, I tell you that. He's just dehydrated.
Heat strokes, man.
That is a crucial thing to watch out for, as it is 2nd and 5 here on the 30-yard line. And Tyler Foote calls for the snap. He's looking for a play. He throws it off to number 32, and he just drops it, didn't get his hands under it, just a little over him. And it's now 3rd down.
Panther defense still keeping up the intensity.
And, this is what we've wanted to see the whole game, is this defense really step up and really do big things here.
Cabot Panthers, man, you got to get experience with people on offense, but not only that, you got to get them on defense. That's why coaches need to focus on not only varsity but junior varsity too, because you got to have players with experience. What are you going to do when the varsity players can't play?
What a pass that was by Tyler Foote to number 4, Xavier Turner. And now here at Jordan Stadium, a breeze is setting in, and we really could have used this breeze in the first half when the sun was still out and it was still hot. But
Most certainly.
But it is now 4th down for the Pine Bluff Zebras, and you don't know, and they're going to punt it, but you don't know if they're going to snap it over their head or what they're going to do with 5 minutes and 26 seconds left. The score is 36-13. Your Cabot Panthers.
Looks like they're going to punt it, but I guess they realize that they don't really have a choice right here.
As it is a decent punt. The first time that Kyle Rudolph has seen the field in a couple possessions, because Coach Reed is getting him off the field to keep them healthy. Are you excited for the season after seeing what the Panthers can do in open competition?
Oh, I most certainly am. This is the best I've seen the Panthers in a while.
And some of these guys have been playing ever since junior high ball and even before then. But also some of these older guys, the seniors, you love to see them play for your high school team, but you hate in May when they receive the diploma and go on to college, because they're no longer going to put on that uniform and play for your school no more. But that you hope they go on to bigger things. As Kyler Carmack sends a man in motion, he snaps the ball and hands it off. It is blown up. Kyler Carmack still has the ball with a block, and he's just making something out of nothing as he breaks free, and he's 1st down Panthers, and the ball is out, but it's out of bounds.
As the coaches are furious.
And that's just a missed blocking opportunity.
And that's the same ref that's been on Coach Reed all night.
So, as you may hear the coaches yelling, but it'll be a big gain for the Cabot Panthers as the defensive line just blew up as the offensive line may be getting tired here late in the fourth quarter. And, you know, it's just one of those things that Kyler Carmack, even though he is the second string quarterback, he made something out of nothing, and that's what you love to see from any of your players, even if they don't play as much as somebody else. You just love to see good things, but it looks like they're bringing it back here. You know, what had happened that they were bringing it back for it? Did you catch that?
I didn't catch it. It's most likely a block in the back.
Well, you know, you saw Jalen Tooney lay a big.
They said it was holding.
Holding. So they're not going to call the touchdown back when Xavier Turner was holding Tyler Parks in the end zone, but they're going to call a big block from a running back. But he just hands off to number 47. That will be Dante Barker. You know, I played with him back in junior high, and he's a big-time running machine. Hey, if you get him in an open field, he's gone as well, and you hate to be in front of him because he can lay a pretty good hit on you.
No, he's back too. He's another player who took off a year.
You know, it is now second and
18.
Second and 18 for this Cabot Panther offense. It's Kyler Carmack who snaps the ball. He throws it off to number 41. As he almost breaks through, and that would be number 40. Oh, there's a flag on the play, but that run
late hit. You know, they're always looking to do something dirty.
That was on number 41, Romeo Reed, as the refs are discussing it. That will most likely be on the Pine Bluff Zebras here.
You know, they were texting our players and telling them how they were going to take cheap shots at us, but, you know, I don't think our players let it get in their head, as you can see, as we are pulling it off right now. So they're going to let them do that stuff that hurts them, not us.
That is true, and it looks like it's going to be a 10-yard unsportsmanlike conduct call on the Zebras, as now will be 1st and 10. As you hear the Cabot faithful being very excited about calls coming our way now. It'll be 1st and 10. Kyler Carmack looking at the receivers, and he's looking towards the sideline to see what they're going to run. As he's getting ready here, telling his line to get down as the play clock's winding down.
No, those are refs. They just weren't set.
Well, if they want it set, then the play clock needs to get reset. But Kyler Carmack now looking, see what the defense has coming for him. Snaps the ball. He hands it off to number 20.
Nope,
no, he keeps it himself, and he will be first down for the Panthers. He'll be down around the 25-yard line. Excuse me, the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And you know, this
another first down, you know, Kyler Carmack rushing.
I'm glad it wasn't called back this time, as there are 3 minutes and 54 seconds left here in the ball game. As Kyler Carmack just calls for the ball, he snaps it. He's looking for a quick receiver screen to number 21. He picks up the blocks. He's around the corner. He's still in bounds. He's going, and he'll be down about the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cabot Panthers. Your score is 36-13 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Evan Tonneson, that has been a great offensive possession here for the Cabot Panthers late in the fourth quarter.
Certainly was. You know, Kyler Carmack found Garrett Hill right there.
But
you know, Kyler Carmack and Coach Reed they both want to run the clock out, as I thought Garrett Hill stepped out, but the clock is still running.
As it'll be 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the ball game. 36-13, your Cabot Panthers. This is a short pickup gain for the Cabot Panther offense, as it is 2nd down and 10. It's 2nd down and 8 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the ball game. And you
know, backup kicker, you don't know who that is, because Rhett Thurman's warming up still.
Well, I don't think that Coach Reed has kicking in any part of his mind right now, as it's only 2nd down. As we have a new quarterback in, that would be number 14, Caleb Allen. He's a junior, but he hands it off, and what a tackle that was.
As he's still going.
Oh, that would be Touchdown, Cabot!
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Cabot!
Touchdown!
Another score for the Cabot Panthers. Touchdown, Cabot. That'll be 42-43 with the PAT to 13 late in the fourth quarter.
Be junior Jacob Parks.
And what a game this has been for both sides of the ball.
Cabot Panthers, it's what we come for. He doesn't want to let up. You never let up on a team because it doesn't matter how much you're up by. A team can still come back, and you do not want to let a team just come back. You don't just give up. That's not the mindset that you have.
And that is true, as you said. The Cabot Panthers are coming. They're coming, and they're not coming, and they're not backing down. They're looking for teams like North Little Rock to come to Cabot. They're looking to beat that team and get in the playoff and really put a hurting on their conference and the 6A conference that Cabot plays in.
And once they start winning, they're going to want more and more and more.
As the Cabot Panthers are about to kick the ball back to the Zebras with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. Everybody here on the Panthers side of Jordan Stadium is hyped. They can't believe that their team is opening the 2019 campaign 1-0. And, it's just been really great to see on both sides, on every side, on special teams, on offense, on defense, on everything. You just love to see it as guys on the sideline are hugging each other, saying congratulations on the 1-0 season opener. And, it's just been very well for the Cabot Panther team here tonight.
It has gone very well. It looks like number 92, Jose Hernandez. I have heard about him doing kickoffs. I haven't heard of him, kicking field goals. I've heard he's a pretty good kicker. He used to play soccer.
And Cabot looks to kick the ball off here as number 92 runs to kick the ball off, and he's just kicking it. And that's a short kick, but someone his side's running downfield at you. You'd hate to be in his crosshairs. As number 2 breaks free, and he's brought down. That is a great bring down by number 23. That will be
Trey Birdsong.
That's another guy that I played with and I've seen play. He's very versatile on offense and defense. Wherever he's playing, he's a great all-around player.
He used to be good in Pee Wee, too. He's always quick.
It's pretty much confirmed now with 2 minutes and 39 seconds that the Cabot Panthers will win this ball game and we'll start the campaign off 1-0. As you hear, the Cabot fans are so happy to have their squad coming off this win. And as Pine Bluff just has a run, makes something out of nothing, but nothing happens. And what a game this has been, as this last-minute substitution is just happening for the Cabot Panthers.
We're not doing interviews. We already took it down.
The Panthers' defense is looking very good late in the fourth quarter. Don't you think so, Evan?
I would say that. That's one thing we could say, but I'd say they look excellent.
Phenomenal.
It's 1st and 10 here for the Zebras as Tyler Foots just, has the ball. He's looking to get something going as he just hands the ball off to looks like number 18. That would be Carmen Turner.
As he's just dragging us, that was a good run by him.
Well, you shouldn't be running it in this situation unless you have the timeouts too, because the clock's going to keep running, but it looks like it'll be a timeout by the Zebras here with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left.
Nope, clock will keep running.
And, this stadium doesn't look like it did at the start of the game. At the start of the game, both sides were pretty much filled, but as you look now with 2 minutes left in the game, people from Pine Bluff is already leaving to beat the traffic, and people from Cabot's already making that hour-long drive back home, happy with their team. As that's almost deflected here. Number 43 wraps him up. That will be
number 43 on for Cabot, that will be the Landon Meeks. He is a junior. He plays defensive back. It's time winding down here.
No, Landon Meek is good. He didn't play last year because he had a hurt back, so he's kind of setting it out. He played basketball only because it wasn't as rough on his back, but now he's back, and I know he's happy to be back. I've talked to him.
Well,
he said football is more fun now.
Well, you know, people that play for both sides love this game so much, no matter if they play track. And number 7 for Pine Bluff just breaks around on the edge. And
as he gets another tackle.
That'll be first down. That was caught by number 7, Vic Coleman. Vic Coleman has had a great game, too, for the Pine Bluff Zebras, but he hasn't had a good enough game to get his team back in the lead here and beat the Pine Bluff Zebras. And, you know, last year it was a very far-fetched game, and it was 35-14 now, and their home field, you know, they've scored one less point than last year. It is now 43-13, in which will be the end of the game. But, you know, while the clock's running out, I want to ask you, I want to take the offensive side and you take the defensive side. Who is your defensive MVP here tonight?
You know, you got Tyler Parks, he's made good plays. You got Kyle McIntyre's made good plays. But you know what? Justin Underwood, he calls 2 turnovers, so he is my defensive player of the game. Now, on the offensive side, who is your offensive side of the?
Well, you know, but you know, overall, it's just been a great game for both sides. As that's pretty much going to be the game. As I think Cabot has the ball now, and they're just kneeing it. Or no, excuse me, it's going to be a timeout, and 48.3 seconds left in this ball game. And you know, just a couple of shout outs to get them out of the way. I want to thank Mr. Massey for making this all possible. I want to thank Cabot for having such a great football team, Coach Reed for putting a good team together. I want to thank you for doing this with me, and we've had a lot of fun here tonight. And, you know, it's just been very well, and I hope everybody at home really enjoyed this contest between the two great teams that are the Panthers and the Zebras. And, you know, don't miss next week as Cabot will come home to face the El Dorado Wildcats, which will be Coach Reed's home. That's not necessarily the homecoming, but it will be his game against his old team.
You know, I think he's excited. He didn't do him wrong or anything. I know he's going to get love from that city. He did them good things.
He did them good things, but you know, there's always that little bit of jealousy from El Dorado that, you know, they wish they still had him. And just like we still wish sometimes that we had Coach Melhouse. But, you know, we're happy that we have Coach Reed. We're happy that for everything he's done, because not only is he the head coach, but he's the athletic director for the Cabot Panthers. And like he said in the interview I conducted with him, he said that we have a lot of programs with the kids, and we have a great he said that he has a great staff. And it's just been he just looks for a great season here tonight. As you know, Cabot faithful is still all wild up because, you know, when Cabot wins, everybody's happy. When Cabot loses, not everybody's happy because they want to see their Panthers win.
You know, Cabot played excellent tonight for it being their first official game against somebody and not just a scrimmage. You know, they're looking really good for this season.
You know, this is one that counts. This is the one that's going to go on the record. And, I mean, I hate to jinx it because you don't hear the fat lady singing, but it's pretty much official. The Cabot Panthers will walk away from this one 1 win, 0 losses. The Zebras, however, sadly will walk away with no wins and 1 loss from their first home game of the season. As it's just a kickoff here, and Cabot has it, and they're running. They have a good field.
Trey Birdsong. Oh, he gets tripped up.
It looks like he'll be tripped up about the 37-yard line. And
2 seconds left to go in this one.
And it's 42.3 seconds left here. Cabot has the ball, and you know, Evan, I think they're just going to wind it down and get on the bus and go home, go to sleep, and have a great weekend, and come to school, come to practice Monday morning, and just get ready for El Dorado.
You know what you forgot?
What's that?
They're going to celebrate.
they're going to celebrate.
They're not just going to get on the bus, go home and sleep. You know they're going to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
It's a win. Every time Cabot wins, we celebrate.
That is true. The whole city of Cabot parties, and we party hard when our Panthers win. And it looks like it was almost a turnover by the Panthers offense late in the game as clock's winding down. You know, has this been an exciting game for you?
It has. You know, defenses look great, offenses look great, and you know, it's gonna look good as all the Cabot fans are getting up and cheering on their Cabot Panthers as the clock winds down.
Well, you know, I want to say a special thanks for tonight's CHTV members. You had Tristan Bates on sports analysis, sideline reporter. You had Evan Crow running the TD. You had me and you doing the commentary.
And had Brody Johnson on the top cam shooting the whole field.
Yeah, you know Brody Johnson did amazing camera work here tonight, and he got all the great clips that you'll see next week on CHTV's live news show. And you know, that is going to do it for the first game of the Cabot Panthers season. The Cabot Panthers win it 53-13. And, you know, signing off for CHTV Sports, I'm Tristan Harlan.
And I'm Evan Tonneson.
Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.